the National Aquarium. Buy tickets at aqua.org.
Good morning, America, and breaking news as we come on the air. A driver plowing into people in London during the morning rush hour, slamming into security barriers at Parliament during the height of the summer tourist season. Police now swarming the scene with automatic weapons drawn, investigating it as a terror incident. The suspect now in custody this morning, and our correspondent on the scene with the very latest.
Flooding emergency. Heavy rain forcing water rescues across the Northeast. Good Samaritans joining police officers forming a human chain to rescue a grandmother trapped in this car. And crews using rafts to save people stranded. Now, new concerns about more flash flooding this morning.
War with the White House. Omarosa and President Trump escalating their battle. His former advisor now claiming she's ready to share her secret recordings with the special counsel. The president fighting back, calling her wacky and vicious.
What you want?
And respect and well wishes pouring in for the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, gravely ill this morning. Her family and friends by her side. The tributes from stars like Beyonce overnight, and the very latest on her condition right now.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
She certainly has earned our respect. Good morning, America. We join many around the world. Our thoughts and prayers with Aretha Franklin and her family this morning.
Yes, and like you said, Robin, she has inspired so many. And last night, Beyonce and Jay-Z dedicated their concert in her hometown of Detroit to her. And you can see the crowd joined in together singing Aretha's Respect.
And I love what she said not so long ago. She said everyone wants respect, everyone needs respect. She said from the very old to those in the middle, male, female, we all want respect and we all want to be appreciated.
Well said.
We respect her.
Praying for her this morning. All right, a lot more on Aretha Franklin coming up here, but we do have breaking news to start us out. Overseas, a driver plowing into pedestrians and cyclists in London, then slamming into a barrier at Parliament. A suspect in custody this morning. Counterterrorism police are on the scene, and ABC's James Longman is also right there for us with the latest this morning. James, good morning.
Good morning, David. That's right. We've been moved a few hundred meters back from the Houses of Parliament. You can see it right there behind me where that car slammed in to the security barrier. And if you take a look just around here, you can see columns of police, reinforcements arriving. We've seen police presence here growing all morning.
This morning, central London on lockdown after a car deliberately crashed into a security barrier outside Britain's Houses of Parliament during the morning rush hour.
Now that would appear to be the actual car.
The BBC capturing this video of the car speeding up before it crashes.
I think it's a 20 miles per hour zone. He was going at maybe 40 to 50 miles per hour, maybe more. He didn't swerve into it. It was a direct hit.
One witness said a group of cyclists were waiting at a light when the car ran into them. He said the driver made no attempt to slow down.
I think there was a cyclist injured.
2 people were rushed to the hospital as police swooped in to arrest the male driver of the silver sedan on suspicion of terror offences.
Police swarmed this area almost immediately. There is a massive security cordon, dozens of police cars, fire trucks and overhead helicopters. They are not taking any chances.
Authorities closed the nearby Westminster subway station, diverted buses and cordoned off a large area of the UK capital. The incident reminiscent of last year's car attack on Parliament, which left 5 people dead and over 50 injured.
Now, the last few minutes, we've heard that the suspect is in his late 20s. Police say they haven't found any weapons in his car, but he is not cooperating with police. They are trying to find, as we speak, a motive for this attack. David?
All right, James Longman with the breaking news from London for us. James, thanks. Robin?
Okay, David, and back here at home, that flash flood emergency across the Northeast. Heavy rain forcing more rescues overnight. Drivers abandoning their cars in rising waters. Homes flooding as well. ABC's Ariel Reshef is in Tremont, Pennsylvania with more. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the 3rd time in just 3 weeks residents here have been pounded by powerful flash flooding. This is an American Legion building now teetering over a creek that was a wall of water so fierce it completely eroded the foundation.
This morning, devastating flash flooding slamming the Northeast.
We've had some flooding, but nothing like us.
In Pennsylvania, this heroic scene. Come on, Grandma, you can do it! Two Good Samaritans working hand in hand with police officers, forming a human chain with bed sheets to rescue a grandmother from her trapped car. Flash floods sweeping through this town in Westchester, Pennsylvania. The murky brown water engulfing cars.
The water started coming in the bottom of my car. I just kept praying and praying.
Up to 4 inches of rain quickly falling, deluging more than 20 homes and buildings. This massive sinkhole expanding outside this Harrisburg Outlet's parking lot. And these emergency high water rescues, crews desperately trying to reach this person trapped on a small island. Watch as they jump into the raft, finally reaching dry land. In College Park, Maryland, the storm uprooting trees, damaging homes and cars in its path.
You know, the wind was pretty nasty. I mean, it was probably hurricane force. I mean, all the trees were bent sideways. I thought I'd lose a lot more.
And Robin, this building is now condemned and needs to be torn down. The mayor of this town telling me this flooding has been historic. Robin.
Quite a scene there. All right, Ariel, thank you. Now let's go to Ginger for the latest. And Ginger, there are new concerns about a flash flood emergency this morning.
Happening right now, Robin. Just looking at some of the warnings coming in from Schuyler and Seneca counties in western New York, and the numbers are high as far as how much rain has fallen. You're looking at people being rescued from their homes. They're trapped there now, and officials are getting them out. Of course, we have flash flood warnings in the red in parts of Pennsylvania. Remember, Pennsylvania had its wettest July on record. Now, more rain for this beginning of August. And the setup is all of this moisture pooling into this front that just has not moved. It's barely budged over the last 3 days and won't for the next 24 hours. Then we'll finally be drying out. Michael.
All right, thank you, Ginger. And we're going to turn now to the battle between the White House and former aide Omarosa Manigault Newman. President Trump blasting her as, quote, vicious after she released a secret recording of a conversation they had shortly after she was fired. Our chief national affairs correspondent, Tom Yamas, is here with more on the fallout. Good morning, Tom.
Michael, good morning to you. The president is taking on the former aide he helped make famous, tweeting 8 times about her yesterday, all throughout the day. And now Omarosa herself is upping the ante. This morning, Omarosa's war with the White House escalating. The former advisor to the president now claiming she's been contacted by the special counsel. And if they call again, she's ready to share her secret recordings.
Anything Mueller would like to see? Mr. Robert Mueller?
If his office calls again,
would you be a good witness in
I'll
this
share.
investigation?
Omarosa secretly taping both the White House Chief of Staff, John Kelly, and the president himself, releasing some of the recordings to NBC.
General Kelly came to me and said that you guys wanted me to leave.
No, nobody even told me about it. Nobody.
Wow.
You know, they run a big operation, but I didn't know it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn it. I don't love you leaving at all.
The president unleashing on Twitter, posting in part, wacky Omarosa, who got fired 3 times on The Apprentice, now got fired for the last time, adding, people in the White House hated her. She was vicious, but not smart.
You know, I also write about being a part of what I call the Trump world cult. It's a cult of personality, and I was caught up in it.
In her new book, Unhinged, Omarosa making shocking allegations, including her unsubstantiated claim that there is a recorded outtake from The Apprentice where President Trump allegedly uses the N-word. Omarosa now claiming she's heard the tape and is providing new details.
I used to be a part of the production staff for The Apprentice, and they took it on themselves to actually document this so that they could actually expose him for the racist that he is.
Overnight, the president slamming the allegations, saying on Twitter he spoke with the executive producer of the show. Mark Burnett called to say there are no tapes of The Apprentice where I use such a terrible and disgusting word as attributed by wacky and deranged Omarosa. I don't have that word in my vocabulary and never have. She made it up. In her book, Omarosa even delving into the president's marriage, writing she believes the First Lady is counting every minute until he is out of office and she can divorce him. The First Lady's office responding, Mrs. Trump rarely, if ever, interacted with Omarosa. It's disappointing to her that she's lashing out and retaliating in such a self-serving way, especially after all the opportunities given to her by the president.
Now, the White House has said the book is full of lies and false accusations, and we do want to point out many allegations in the book are in stark contrast to what Omarosa has said in multiple interviews over multiple years, defending the Trump family and the president, guys.
But what about the president has apparently acknowledged non-disclosure agreements for White House staffers. Are those enforceable?
Right. He actually tweeted about this yesterday, saying Omarosa had signed one. Now, in the private sector, we know NDAs are very common. The president used it all the time at Trump.org. But in the private sector, it's a completely different ballgame. Public employees are protected under the First Amendment. So even though these White House aides are signing them, experts say the NDAs have no teeth.
All right.
Wow.
We'll see.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Michael. Now to the new fellow at the FBI. On a related note, Agent Peter Strzok this morning, who worked on the Hillary Clinton email investigation and on the Russia probe. He's now been fired after facing scrutiny for those text messages about then-candidate Donald Trump. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas has the story this morning, and Pierre, Strzok's team saying his firing is because of pressure from the president, despite a recommendation that he simply be demoted. The president, though, tweeting his satisfaction this morning.
David, good morning. The president certainly did seem satisfied with the firing, and even though the FBI agent claimed that his distaste for Trump never affected his work, he was terminated, something his attorney believes was due directly to pressure from the president.
This morning, Peter Strzok, the embattled FBI agent accused of bias against President Trump, fired after months of relentless White House attacks.
How about that FBI agent? You think he liked me? You think there was just a little bias there?
When the president learned that Strzok had been terminated, he tweeted, "Finally, the list of bad players in the FBI and DOJ gets longer and longer." Trump, livid because of disparaging text messages, Strzok sent to former FBI attorney Lisa Page, in which he repeatedly called then-candidate Trump an idiot and suggested that he needed to be stopped. Last month, during dramatic congressional testimony, Strzok fought back, defending his time investigating Hillary Clinton's email scandal and his brief stint on special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia probe.
I can assure you, Mr. Chairman, at no time in any of these texts did those personal beliefs ever enter into the realm of any action I took.
Congressional Republicans who believe Strzok is a man without honor were not buying it.
I don't appreciate what was originally said being changed.
I don't give a damn what you appreciate, Agent Strzok.
And I've talked to FBI agents around the country. You've embarrassed them. You've embarrassed yourself.
Strzok's attorney said he was fired despite the fact that an FBI internal review recommended 60 days suspension and a demotion. He says Strzok was terminated because of political pressure at the highest level, but the FBI released a statement basically saying Strzok was fired by the book, David.
All right, Pierre, while we have you, though, on the issue of whether the president will actually sit down with Robert Mueller, we have reported that Mueller wants to ask about potential obstruction of justice. We know the president's team responded already, narrowing the scope. Rudy Giuliani just saying, I think we've got Mueller on the run, and they expect to hear back from Mueller this week.
David, Giuliani claims that he has told the special counsels the conditions regarding whether the president would agree to an interview in any form, written or otherwise, and he says he's waiting on Mueller to respond. But, David, this has been a moving target for months, so we'll see.
No question about that. All right, Pierre Thomas, our thanks to you as well. Michael, over to you.
All right, thank you, David. Now to new developments in the investigation into that New Mexico compound where children were found starving and were allegedly being trained to carry out school shootings. The suspects are now being released on bond. ABC's Gio Benitez has the latest. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Michael, good morning. A New Mexico judge ordered the release of the 5 suspects who were arrested on child abuse charges and were alleged to have been training the children to carry out those school shootings. Now, the suspects, 2 men and 3 women, were arrested last week at a makeshift compound in New Mexico, where authorities rescued 11 emaciated children living in filthy conditions with very little food, no clean water. The judge granted the suspects $20,000 bond each and ordered them to wear ankle monitors until trial. Now, one suspect, Siraj Wahaj, is likely to remain in jail pending a warrant for his arrest in Georgia, accusing him of abducting his 3-year-old son. Authorities found a body believed to be the young boy's buried in the desert near the compound, Michael.
And Gio, the decision to release the suspect, that came against the wishes of the Sheriff's Department and also the FBI.
Yeah, that's right, Michael. The sheriff, prosecutors, and an FBI agent involved in the case all argued that the 5 adults should not be released. Now, the judge, however, said they failed to articulate a specific threat. Michael.
All right. Thank you so much, Gio. Robin?
Very surprising. Now, the latest on the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, reportedly gravely ill this morning, said to be surrounded by friends and her family there in Detroit. ABC's Chris Connolly has more on her condition. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Robin. Aretha Franklin, yes, said to be gravely ill at this hour, surrounded by loved ones at her bedside, and very much on the minds and in the hearts of millions this morning who were transformed by her voice. And just last night, that extraordinary scene in her hometown of Detroit, courtesy of Jay-Z and Beyonce.
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it.
With God-given talent and artistry that conveyed emotion like no other. Lady Soul teaching the world all it needed to know about respect. But this morning, reports that the 76-year-old Aretha Franklin is gravely ill.
Aretha Franklin is currently surrounded by family and friends in her home city of Detroit, and she is, accordingly to our sources, gravely ill at this point.
In the wake of that news, prayers, deep feeling, and expressions of support pouring forth Monday on social media from so many. Mariah Carey praying for the Queen of Soul. Lin-Manuel Miranda adding my prayer to the galaxy of prayers for Aretha today. Missy Elliott saying in part, we must celebrate the living legends while they are here to see it. And overnight, Beyonce and Jay-Z dedicating their Detroit concert to Aretha, the crowd belting out her iconic anthem. Aretha's pop breakthrough came in early 1967, when I Never Loved a Man the Way That I Love You set off a series of monumental hits through 1968, among them Chain of Fools and You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. In 1980, this rendition of Think in the Blues Brothers galvanized fans. Once again, Aretha's church-born greatness uplifting so many. She'd earned so many honors. The first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2005, Ivy League honorary degrees, performing at President Obama's inauguration in 2009. For millions of fans today, recalling Aretha's indomitability in the face of reported health woes in 2015 at the Kennedy Center Honors, slipping that mink to the floor and bringing down the house one more time.
Aretha's influence still felt by so many of today's music makers who treasure the Queen of Soul just as fans around the world do, Robin.
You got chills here on the set, and it all started in the church. Her daddy being a preacher. That's where it all began for the Queen of Soul. All right, thank you so much. And again, we continue to think of her and her family at this time.
Feel it in your body this morning. I hope she's able to watch and see all of this outpouring of support.
I hope so.
Absolutely. All right, let's check back in with Ginger this morning. Hey, Ginger.
Good morning, guys. I wanted to start with the wildfires, which have become deadly again in the Mendocino. That's the largest one. Nearly 350,000 acres burned. And then in Utah, nearly 20,000 at the Coal Hollow fire. And the conditions are still very hot out there, and in some spots, quite windy. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the Tuesday trivia, sponsored by Olay Whips.
What's the #1 new skincare product in 2018?
Oh my gosh, it's Olay. That's crazy. Olay Regenerist Whip.
Olay Whips absorbs faster than the $100, $200, and even $400 cream.
I feel like it just melted into my skin better. It's really smooth and it's not heavy.
I really, really love this.
I will 100% swap out my moisturizer.
Can I have it?
Olay Whips. Try Whips with SPF 25. Finally, sun protection that feels light as air.
Much fewer storms than what we had yesterday across the area. We'll start that chance at about 3 o'clock this afternoon and take it up until about 7 to 8, maybe even as late as 9 o'clock. But notice just how few they are. Warrenton, D.C., maybe a storm or two, mainly north of the area. And then chances are back Friday, Saturday, Sunday as we head through the weekend. And a little bit of heat, too, for midweek. 91 on Wednesday, 92 on Thursday, 93 on Friday. That's with higher humidity as well.
Coming up, another plane stolen, crashed. Investigators saying a pilot took an aircraft in the middle of the night, flying it right into his own home while his wife and child were there.
Also ahead, the new twist, a major reversal in that stand your ground case we've been following in Florida. A man shot and killed someone over a parking dispute. Much more ahead on Good Morning America. Don't go away.